Hi, I hope you're having a great Sunday. This is Jacob Lieberman, and I just had a message I wanted to share with you today, which is that there's nothing wrong with you, that you can start living right now. I've noticed a very interesting epidemic that's going on, especially in the New Age community. And the epidemic is, there's something wrong with me. I'm not complete. I need to be fixed. I need to be more of this and more of that. And I believe it had its roots in the self-help, the search to improve ourselves, the personal development and self-help aspect of life. And on one level, you look at that and you say, oh, that's a nice thing, people working on themselves and so on. But we forgot something very fundamental. That's what evolution is. And evolution is at work regardless of what we do or we don't do. And it doesn't go backwards. It's always moving forward. So every experience is literally upgrading us. It's upgrading our humanity so that we meet the next experience with everything we have. Not less, not more, everything we have. So in each moment, we are evolving as much as we're able to in that moment. It may change in the next moment, but in this moment, that's all there is. And yet, most of us are not living. We're waiting to be more present, more evolved, to create our own reality, to manifest our lives the way we want it. And we're forgetting that this is it. This moment right now is it. Do you remember when you went to school, like to elementary school, and you first got into school and you hated going to school because you were free before that? And then when you came home at the end of the day, you thought, oh, that was the end of going back to school. But then you had to go back the next day. And even though on the weekend you had a couple extra days, you had to go back on Monday. And during the Christmas holidays or the summer break, you had even a longer period of time. So you were sure you didn't have to go back to school, but then you did. In elementary school, you thought it was over, but then you had junior high school, and then you had high school, and then you had college and graduate school. And just when you thought it was over, I now am entering the real world, then it really all began. And what the message is that school never stops. Life is continually going on. There is no place you're going to arrive at that all of a sudden everything is going to be perfect. You're never going to get sick again. You're never going to have a little scuffle with your sweetheart. You're never going to worry about money again. That's just not the case. Things are continually arising in our lives, and those perturbances are what in some way disrupt the status quo so that we have an opportunity to meet them. And in that process, evolution occurs. If you are an individual that's been dealing with an illness, and you've gone to your doctor and your doctor has said, you're in remission right now, most people don't utilize that as a ticket to start living and seeing in a new way. On some level, they're continually waiting 3 months down the line for their next scan in hopes that once again they'll get a clean report. I know people that haven't had cancer in 6 or 7 or 8 years, but for some reason or other, their life just isn't able to get started again. The whole life is about going from one doctor's appointment to the next, continually hoping that your report card will show straight A's. And even when it does, some part of us still feels like something's wrong, that we cannot begin to live again. We cannot breathe easily. This is it right now. This is everything that is going to be right this moment. Grasp this moment. Live it as fully as you are able, because that is all there is. And be grateful for that. I mean, really, really grateful for that. Because there are people that really have difficulties to deal with. And if you're not one of those, be incredibly grateful. And if you are one of those, realize that that is part of your evolvement as well. Not because you did something right or something wrong. And I know how difficult it is. I've gone through difficult times. But you know what? If you look back at your life, you realize every time you had a cold, the cold went away. Every time you broke a bone, it mended. Every time you've had a surgery, you've gotten better. We are continually being reborn. And this is the moment. Take a deep breath, open your eyes, and have a great time. Aloha.